Hi there, I'm Nancy Nash with Starfish Strength. Today, I want to show you a couple great exercises you can add into your routine to strengthen and tone your core, improve your balance and digestion. So setting up for today's workout, you just want to make sure you've got enough space to stretch your body all the way out and maybe make a bit of a snow angel. For equipment, make sure that you do have something you can lay underneath you to protect your joints. And if you have sensitive knees, make sure you've got an extra towel to support them. You'll also want a dumbbell between 3 and 5 pounds, and don't forget to have your water handy. So we're going to start out by coming onto all fours. I want to position my wrists right underneath my shoulders and my knees right underneath my hips. And we're going to go into an exercise called bird dog. So I'm going to draw the belly button in as I lift one arm forward, and I'm going to press through the opposite heel. Then I'm going to control that lower back down and switch sides. As I'm alternating, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my shoulders level with one another and my hips level with one another, at least to the best of my ability. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I should feel like I've got my lower abs engaged with each lift. And I feel that stretch down my spine. I feel a good stretch in my shoulder and all the way down the back of my leg. The goal with this is not to lift the legs as high as I can, but to really get that elongating stretch from my glutes all the way down to my heel and from my shoulder all the way down to my fingertips. So really focus on that controlled lift and lower, drawing the abs in on each lift and trying to make it feel balanced as I alternate from left to right. Most of us do have a dominant side, which might feel a little tighter at this moment. So just focusing as much as I can on that elongation and abdominal control, going back and forth. We're gonna do one more lift on each side with good control. Before we go to our second exercise, we're gonna do a cat-to-cow stretch. So staying on all fours, I'm gonna push through the fingertips and stretch the middle of the spine, looking towards my belly button, and then let my chin come up, let the belly drop, let the back relax, and then try that again. Push through the fingertips, stretch the middle of the spine towards the ceiling, and then slowly letting the belly drop, letting the chin come up, stretching the abs. Try one more like that, really pushing through the fingertips, stretching the middle of the back, stretching the neck, and then slowly dropping the belly, allowing the head to come up. Great job. Our second exercise is a sit-up. So I'm going to start in a seated position. And I'm going to start with my feet fairly far away from my hips and hold the dumbbell at the ends and slowly control on the way down. This is the hardest part. So sitting up, I'm going to swing the arms overhead, draw the belly in, and try to look towards the ceiling. So let yourself try that again, drawing the belly in, using the momentum of the arms with the dumbbell, pressing up towards the ceiling. So the reason we have the feet so far away is that this is going to be a little bit easier. So if this feels too easy, you can move the feet closer to the hips, and that's going to make it more difficult for me to sit up. And I'm really trying to look towards the ceiling because that is really going to help me focus on using my abs and not just scrunching my shoulders, which is unfortunately what often happens in the sit-up. So really see if you can press that dumbbell up towards the ceiling. You're going to feel this in the shoulders, but it shouldn't feel unkind to the upper traps or the neck. It should feel like you're working your entire body to crunch and sit up. So take yourself through that practice of drawing the belly button in as you start to sit up, And then controlling that motion on the way back down, that eccentric lowering phase, is actually really hard to do slowly in this. So focus on letting yourself slow down. Take it one vertebrae at a time, and then really let yourself develop some power, even pushing through the feet, swinging the feet a little bit if you need to get that power up, and really use your core without straining the neck and shoulders. Try one more if you feel like you're up for it. Great job. Go ahead and let yourself grab some water, and we're going to go through both those exercises again. Coming onto all fours again, we're going to do that bird dog exercise with a slight variation. So I'm going to draw the belly in as I lift one hand forward and press the opposite heel back. And now instead of sitting down, I'm going to bring the knee towards the elbow and then press back out and then set it down. So we've added a little crunch into this. I'm stretching the spine still, stretching the shoulder, stretching the back of the leg, but now I'm going to feel this a lot more in the core muscles, the back and the abs. So just doing my best to do that cat arch in the middle and then coming back out to a flat back, keeping the hips and shoulders level as I alternate sides. This is not easy, so if you do need to take extra rest breaks, please do that. So drawing the abs in, pressing through the fingertips, pressing the opposite heel back, and then driving that knee towards the elbow in a crunch and pressing back out, and then controlled setting down before I switch sides. So I should feel this a little bit more in the obliques, the side walls of the abs. I'm going to feel this a little bit more dynamically in my hips and shoulders. You can really feel that stability work. It's a hard thing to balance on opposite sides like this. So keep it going. Do as many as you can with great form. And we're going to come into that cat to cow pose one more time. So pressing through the fingertips, I'm really going to stretch the middle of my back towards the ceiling, slowly dropping the belly as I bring the chin back up. Pressing through the fingertips again, I'm going to really stretch the middle of the back. I should feel this in the hips now as well. Try one more, really pushing through each fingertip, stretching the middle of the back as high as I can towards the ceiling as the neck stretches, and then slowly letting the belly drop, letting the head come up. Fantastic job. So we're going to go back into the sit-ups one more time, and I'm going to take this up a notch if you're ready for it. I'm actually going to keep the dumbbell at my chest to start with, and as I sit up, I'm going to press forward, and then I'm going to bring the dumbbell back to my chest and control on the way back down. So what we've done now is made this harder for the upper abs. You should feel it like right at the top of your chest, right underneath your ribs. So again, I want to keep my eyes on the ceiling. I want to see if I can really focus on using those muscles on the sides of the abs, the obliques. I can also feel this just a little bit underneath my armpits and that serratus area. I know when we think of sit-ups, we think of like using the six-pack muscles, so that's great, but really think of this as a whole core exercise because your core involves your back and all of the supporting muscles as well. That spine really needs the support of all of these muscles. So think of your trunk like a powerhouse. I'm going to draw the abs in and shoot up to the sky. Really press through the arms and then bring the hands back to the chest and control that lower back down. So think about that shooting up to the sky, really developing that power, pushing through your feet. And again, if this feels too difficult, I can always move the feet away from the hips. And if I need to make it more challenging, I'm going to move the feet closer to the hips. Just take what you need. Not every rep has to be exactly the same for this to be effective. Keep it going for one or two more powerful reps. Awesome job. Thanks so much for making time to exercise with me today. I hope you feel better set up with information going into your next workout to maximize your results and get more out of all of the movement that you're doing in your life. If you do want help putting together an exercise and nutrition program to meet your goals, feel free to reach out to me in the link in the description for a free consultation. In the meantime, I look forward to continuing this journey with you, and I'll see you in the next next video. Do you want to do the pooch variation of the sit-up? Okay, come here. I'll show you. Come here. Ready? Ready? Can you do it like this? Ready? No. Helen, you have to let me hold you. Ready? Ready? Good job. Good job. Good boy. Thank you.